Shabbat Shalom, everybody, to the many in attendance and the millions online. Maybe. You know, you can always be hopeful. At least we're hoping for 10 online. So anyway, it's our night. It's our pleasure to be here and to. That's right. It's nice to give your wife a kiss and just sort of take a. There's actually nothing. I mean, look at L'cha Dodi. We're not bashful. Ours is not a prude religion, right? Like we embrace the fullness of our beings, and so with that in mind, we march towards the high holidays on this Shabbat. So I'm going to turn things over. Has everyone met our new, shiny, resplendent rabbinic intern, Jill Gold-Wright? Yay, let's give Jill
Shalom, everybody.
And so Jill is going to be leading us in our tefillot this evening, along with David on the piano. And hi, Shira. And then I just want to say one thing to my good friend Eitan Kabakar. Eitan. Suit. Eitan. Suit. Eitan, no suit. Okay, we may continue. No suit. All right, let us begin.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We're going to begin by welcoming the Shabbat angels with Shalom Aleichem, which is on page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Bochem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. We start to build a tower that gets us closer and closer, farther and farther from the regular week and closer to Shabbat. And so one step closer will bring us to Lechu Neranena, which is on page 11. And I hope you'll sing out. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Adonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Adonai. Naria, Naria, Letzu Yishenu, Nikad Mabanot. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Naria, Naria, Letzu Yishenu, Nikad Rialo. Thank you. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Ladonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Ladonai. We continue silently, and we'll pick it up again on the bottom of page 12. 40 shana akut bejor ve'omaram choel levavhem vehem lo yadu jachai asher nishbati v'afi im yevon amen achti lai 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 la 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 lai la lai 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 la 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 lai la lai 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 Again, with Shirul Adonai, we're going to put the text with it this time on the top of 13. So, David, strike it up. Here we go. Shirul Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shirul Adonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom, Yeshuato Sapru V'Goyim, Kevojo Bechol Hama Niflu Atav Ki Gadol Adonai Hula Meod Rahu Al Kol Elohim. Now we're singing. Now we're opening up our mouths. Good. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. We're going to continue to build that tower to bring ourselves into Shabbos and away from the week. And we'll continue on page 14 with Yismechu HaShamayim. And this one I know less, and I know you guys know this one more. So let's lead together. Right, yeah? Let's lead together. Here we go. Yismechu HaShamayim, Yismechu HaShamayim, Yismechu HaShamayim, Tegel HaAretz, Yismechu HaShamayim, Yismechu HaShamayim, Yismechu HaShamayim, Tegel HaAretz. Yiram Hayamim Lo, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayamim Lo. Yismechu HaShamayim, Yismechu HaShamayim, V'Tagel HaAretz. We're going to spend just a little bit of time ourselves in a quiet moment from page 15 to page 16. And when we get to the bottom of page 16, or Zeruah, Latzadik, David is going to share with us a beautiful original melody that he wrote for those words. Tzadiku Yisrael Simcha, Or Zarua, Or Zarua, Yisrael Simcha. What a blessing, that melody. That melody really strikes me as a Shabbat melody. That's not a weekday melody. That's a Shabbat melody. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, David. We're going to continue with Mizmor Shir, which is on page 27. We spend a lot of time getting our souls and ourselves ready for Shabbat when we... oh, wait, you know what? I'm ahead of myself. I apologize. We're going to go first to Lecha Dodi. That was my mistake, which is on page 23. And what I wanted to say about Lecha Dodi is that we, Lecha Dodi is a poem. Lecha Dodi is a prayer. Lecha Dodi is a meditation. Lecha Dodi is also an opening up and a welcoming to whatever we hold as beloved in our lives. So the Shabbat Queen that we stand and welcome at the end of the prayer should be a reminder of all of the beloveds that we hold and that we carry into Shabbat, and especially into this new year. So I hope that you'll carry that extra intention with you, with all of us, as we join with David and everybody, Lecha Dodi on page 23. B'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha Dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Let's repeat that. Lecha Dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha Dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. The first verse. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'letefer u'letechila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. I neglected to say that we're going to jump from here to page 25. We're going to do the penultimate verse, and then we'll rise to welcome the Shabbat bride. Let's go in with that chorus again, just so we're good. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Yaminu shmo tifrotzi, Ve'et Adonai taritzi, Al yad ish ben partzi, V'nismecha v'nigela. Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Ro'i v'shalom atepala. Segula, boi chala, Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. Now we're going to go to page 27 for Mizmor Shir. And I just wanted to say something about Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir is a psalm. It's Psalm 92. You know, there are 150 psalms in the book of Tehillim. And interestingly, this is the only of the 150 that mentions Shabbat. So we always include Mizmor Shir because it's special. Just like Shabbat is special. It's distinguished. It's set apart. So we're going to do what David and I were saying is a bit of a camp melody for this Mizmor Shir, Israeli melody. There's some clapping in there, so feel free to bust out. Feel free to tap your toes at the same time they're clapping your hands. It's like a double mitzvah. Here we go, Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir, Shabbat. Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezameh l'shimcha elyon, u'lezameh l'shimcha elyon, melech shimcha elyon. We'll continue with lighting the Shabbos candles. Okay.
So, you can lead it. I'm just the
candle lighter.
I'm just the candle lighter. I'm the madlik, right? Exactly. That's all I am.
Okay, so the rabbi is going to be the madlik, and I'll stand at the mic so those of you on Zoom can also hear. Please rise for the lighting of the Shabbos candles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu mitzvotav, vetzivanu lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat. While you're standing, we're going to move from here into the Baruch Hu. The Baruch Hu is kind of a way for us to put in our bodies the fact that we're ready to enter the higher realm of worship in our service. So please join me in the Baruch Hu, which is on page 39. Your seat. continue silently until the bottom of page 39. Mavir yom uvei laila, mavdil vein laila, Adonai Sevaot Shemo, Al Chai V'Kayam, Tamidim Lo Chaleinu Leolam Vaed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamari Varavim. We continue with Avat Olam on page 40. We're not going to daven it this time. We're going to use a melody by Debbie Friedman, which I hope you'll join if you know. And if you don't know, I hope you'll join anyway. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta, Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shofenu, Kumeinu nasiach bechukecha, V'nishma v'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha leolam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem nagei yomam v'layla, nagei yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha, ve'shinantam levanecha, ve'dibarta bam Beshivtecha b'veitecha, u'leftecha b'derech, u'shofbecha u'vkumecha, u'chartam le'otal yadecha, ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'vihisharecha. Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lehiyot lachem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 44 brings us to the Micha Mocha, which our tradition teaches us is the song that the Israelites sang when they realized their new freedom from Eretz Mitzrayim. And on the Shabbat that is just hours now away from the new year, away from 5783, I would ask you, as you're singing this song and rejoicing, to think about the things that you would like to be free of from 5782 and to dance into 5783 with this song of freedom. Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele, Malchutecha ranu vanecha, Bokeam lifnei Moshe, Zeili, Zeili, Anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch, Adonai yimloch, le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, Kibar Adonai at Yaakov, Ugalu ma'i chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Normally we go straight from Gal Yisrael into the Amidah, but tonight, Shabbat, we stop for Hashkivenu. And I brought in a new Hashkivenu for you tonight that I hope you'll enjoy. It's beautiful. It starts with the Hebrew, and then it moves into an English verse, which is not in our Siddur, but it's quite easy to pick up. So I hope you'll just kind of stay a third of a second behind me, and then you'll realize the word and just sing it with me. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wing, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Join me with the amens. Amen. 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 Vishamru happens on the top of page 46. This one you guys know, so I want to hear you. Ru B'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat Asot et HaShabbat Ledorotan Beridolam. Let's pick it up. Veshamru B'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat Asot et HaShabbat Tan Beridolam. B'nai u'b'nai Yisrael Oti leolam, Oti leolam, Oti leolam. Veshamru b'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat Ratan Beridolam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim et haaretz veshamru b'nai Yisrael et hashabbat Shabbos lasot et hashabbat ledorotam veridolam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat lasot et HaShabbat ledorotam beridolam. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei Rabbah ve'amadi v'rak hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei deko beit Yisrael bagala bagala uv'izman kariv ve'imeru Yeheshmei Rabbah mevorach le'al amaya amaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitraman ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudisha Leila min kol bechirta v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'imeru. We continue with the silent Amidah, which begins on page 47. And please go at your own pace until page 51. of page 51 is Shalom Rav. Please join us when you're done with your personal prayers. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah v'yamad yivrakute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayetecho beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'imiru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach le'olam me'ol maya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram bi'alma v'yimiru amen. Kabbalat Shabbat uvahuton dechol Yisrael kadam avuhon divishmaya v'yimiru amen. Yehi shlam araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimiru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yakol yoshvei tevel v'yimiru amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Just a very quick word, because Joel's already taught us so much today and really just led such a beautiful service. It was just a pleasure to be there and kind of like just enjoying and not leading and not just taking in and just... So I want to share a story, though. It's a Hasidic story. And the great Rebbe of the town has a baby. And the baby comes, it's a boy, everyone mazel tov, they wait for the morning of the bris, and they all are kind of thinking about what the baby's name will be. That sort of speculation happens, right? You hold the baby's name until the bris, and so everyone's talking, whispering, what's the rabbi going to name the baby? What's going to be the baby's name? And they have thoughts based on the great rabbis who've come before in that family, or maybe it will be like one of the other great sages of the neighborhood. And when the baby comes, they name the boy Shmuel. Okay, wasn't what they were expecting, because there was no one in that family named Shmuel. And they looked back generation after generation, and there was no Shmuel to be found. And then they thought, like, who are the great sages, the Chachamim of the neighborhood? Maybe there's a Shmuel amongst them, but no Shmuel. So then they went to the Rebbe and said, it must be that you are a big fan of the baby that's born on the first day, Haftarah, of Rosh Hashanah, Shmuel, the prophet, after whom the book of Shmuel, not only one book of Shmuel, 2 books of Shmuel are written. And the Rebbe says, yeah, that's a good book, but no, that's not whom after I named my baby. The town was completely stumped. So after whom did you name the baby, they asked. And the Rebbe said, every week I go to the well, and there's a gentleman there whose job it is to help people with water, the water drawer of the town, and his name is Shmuel. And he happens to be a wonderfully nice person. And I thought it would be great to name my son after him. I mentioned that story because that story is the essence of this week's Torah portion, but really it's the essence of the high holidays. The Torah portion begins Nitzavim, right? It's we all stand. And here's what the Torah says. V'yatem nitzavim hayam kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. Today you stand, all of you, before God. And then it goes on to list exactly what they mean. Now, why does the Torah need to say who they mean when it already said kulchem? In other words, kulchem is inclusive of everyone. Well, maybe it's because human beings have a tendency to kind of exclude people even though we say everyone. Everyone means everyone we think of, not really everyone. And the Torah goes on to list the great people, the magistrates of the town, the leaders of the town. But that's not all. Everyone in the town, even the stranger amongst them. That's what the Torah says. Everyone stands before God. In other words, it relates back to the story. We all have an equal portion of godliness in our souls. From the greatest, most celebrated people to the people who live on the peripheries of our societies that we often forget. And that's one of the messages of the high holidays, that we all stand before God. You do, I do. And there is no difference in Judaism. I was just at Campbell Hall today blowing the shofar for some of the little kids. But I'm just a rabbi. I'm just like, some of the kids wanted to know if I was like the Jewish priest. And in a way, yes, but in a way, no. Because we as Jews don't believe that there's sort of like a caste system. There is no hierarchy of souls in Judaism. Nitzavim, we all stand before God, kulchem, every single one of us. And each one of us has the potential to unlock greatness from our hearts and from our souls and bring it into the world. So I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a Shana Tova. And my stand is not standing before anyone because it's going to fall in. What's that? Yeah, it's the sinking stand. Look at this. It's a sinking stand. Okay, we're going to ask everyone to please rise as Jill leads us in Kiddush on page 55.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon chinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim Vanu v'chata Ve'otanu kidashta Mikol amim Ve'shabbat koshecha Ve'ava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. So we begin to conclude with the Aleinu, And Aleinu appears on page 56. And I just want to say that Aleinu the literal translation of Aleinu, it is upon us. It is upon us. So the whole idea with Aleinu is that we've praised, we've celebrated, we've sung, we've made holy, we've sanctified, but for what? Right? For the fact that now that we've done that, we're ready to go out and change the world. It is upon us to do so. So we're going to chant the first part of Aleinu aloud, and then we're going to go quiet a little bit. And again, think about how that obligation that is upon us every week will motivate us to move into 5783. Aleinu.
In love, we recall those who no longer walk this earth, and we are grateful to God for the gift of their lives and for the cherished memories that never fade. This week, we as a congregational community mourn the passing of Yael Chaya Strauss-Diener, the sister of Talia Strauss-Diener, and we continue to observe the Shloshim, the 30 days since the passing of Alan Backenheimer. And in this coming week, we will observe the yurtzites of Leah Adler, Tessie Barak, Samuel Block, Helen Shapiro, Jeffrey Bowman, Dr. Alan Porter, Jeanette Sobel, Myron Butt Stolberg, Gail Touch, Melvin Levine, David Menashe, Francis Silverman, Samuel Slakoff, Harry Sultan, Menachem Fried, Oasis Gerber, Marion Grosser, Cy Keller, Ronald B. LeBeau, Sonia Eisenstark, Benyahu Levy, Yehuda Lewin, Dr. Albert Merkin, Al Silver, Rose Sultan, Rose Weiser, Clara Aaron, Jonathan Gordon, Alan Horowitz, Judith Kleitman, Eric Markstein, Sadie Price, Sarah Schlesinger, Sylvia Tobin, Dr. Bertram Werner, Irwin Williams, Pauline Cohen, William Haffey, Clara Loffman, Anna Schlansky, Albert Irving Sherman, and Asna Superstein. Is there anyone else observing a yurtzeit for someone I neglected to mention? Okay. We'd like to ask those of you who are mourning or observing a yurtzeit, either at home or here, to please join me with the words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Yitkadal ve'yitkada shemei rabba, bi'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon u'v'yameichon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. And may the memories of our loved ones continue to be a source of blessing for us and for all of humanity as we enter to the new year. And speaking of the new year, we are going to continue with Psalm 27 on page 59. David Adonai Orivi Yishimi Mi Ira. This is the psalm for the coming of the high holidays. I'll take Lulem anti liro betuv Adonai be'eretz chaim kaveh el Adonai chazak v'yametz libecha v'kaveh el Adonai. And now we'll turn things over to Jill and David. How are we going to conclude tonight? Okay, but before we do that, we want to thank David Kaminer for being with us today, and we look forward to keeping David busy over the next few weeks. This is the fourth Friday of the month. And what you'll see is we're going to transform this Friday night. So we've transformed the second Friday of the month into Family Fridays. We've transformed, Cantor Aaronor for many years has transformed the third Friday of the month to Naranana. And the fourth Friday is going to be transformed in two ways. There's going to be a fourth Friday service, which is going to be like a thematic service. So anything from the very light, like coming up in October, is World Series Shabbat, but also Food Insecurity Shabbat or Civil Rights Shabbat. So there'll always be a theme on the fourth Friday, and often it will involve food. So that is something that Jill is spearheading, the fourth Friday program. And so we hope that you'll be here, and we'll see a lot of different folks here on the fourth Friday of every month. Speaking of Jill, can I let the cat out of the bag here? This was Jill's first time leading services here, and she did such a beautiful, beautiful job. And so we want to just say Yesha Koach to Jill, who prepared diligently to lead this evening service, and she did it so beautifully. So we're really very blessed to have Jill. If you want to learn more with Jill, there's opportunities not only over the high holidays, which Jill's leading a very special, like sort of guided spiritual meditation and approach to the high holidays, but she's also going to be teaching a class, Judaism 101 Fun, every Wednesday evening, starting a few weeks after the high holidays. So there'll be lots of opportunities to learn with Jill, and I hope you avail yourselves of that, because I think you could see that she's a deep thinker and an accessible person, and so it's really just a pleasure. Okay, Osei Shalom, you said. All right, I'm going to put the mic down because you're doing a great job, and you're just going to do your thing. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, 9:30, right here. And 9 o'clock in the Deber Chapel for Psuke de Zimmer. Okay.
Okay. I have like 10 Osei Shaloms going on in my head right now, and I can't remember which one I'm actually doing. Nava Tehillah. All right. That's it. There you go. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Huya say shalom aleinu. Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Let's do that again. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
See, hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Oh, this one is the one is. Hello, hello, hello. It's need a little bit. Mr. Miller, Mr. Miller. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. I think it's good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. This is good. Come in here, inside. Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres. Las 3 de la mañana.
Mercedes-Benz of Beverly Hills is LA's luxury landmark. We're setting a new standard of quality and comfort.
Que ellos reciben. ¿Y por qué ganan más que el presidente? Ah, caray. Agárrense. Agárrense porque esto causó bastante inconformidad.
Already, that's good. I told you, they're good.
Y sobre todo, estaba viendo
They're good.
los comentarios que se decían. Es que no tienen un tantito de M. Un tantito.
Come, it's good. Come outside. Come outside, see, come outside. Coming outside, that's why you can hear it. Come outside, come outside. Uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres, uno, dos, tres.